Hello everybody, what's cracking? And today we're going to be reviewing the Transformers Studio Series 86 BRAWN. So, first, as we always do, let's take a look at the box. So, there's a nice image of BRAWN. This doesn't really look like the toy, but it still does look like BRAWN. And he's 8622. There's BRAWN. Boxy stuff. And he has a box. He has a box. Yeah. Now, as far as the accessories on the figure go, he includes a gun. It's a fairly generic gun, if I'm being completely honest. But hey, it's still a nice gun nonetheless. He's also got a spare tire, which is 5mm compatible, so you can have other figures hold it. But the spare tire just goes on top of the Jeep, and then the gun goes on top of the spare tire, and there's the completed Jeep. And this is a really nice Jeep. I really like how this Jeep looks. It can roll the wheels roll surprisingly well, considering that they're on clips. I mean, like, everything's painted nicely. I like that they didn't use clear plastic on this. You know, the underside, you can see what's going on. And, you know, I just think, like, this entire Jeep mode just, I don't know, there's just something about it that I really like. It's just a nice little Jeep. And it's really small, like, it feels really good in the hand. Like, you can squeeze this thing, and it's just so nice. This is just a really nice Jeep. Yeah, I think they really need to make more Jeeps like this in the Transformers line. But, you know, on to how to transform them. What you want to do is just take the wheel on this side and just untab it. And untab it there as well. And now you want to take the back here and flip it up all the way. Take the top of the Jeep and just bring it up, like, just shift it up like this, and then bring it up like that. Now, bring the side of the Jeep all the way around here. Open up these panels, which are going to be his feet. Wrap the entire leg around until it clicks in a satisfying way. What's next? Now, untab the arms and then swing them around. Bring these sections up. Swing it around. Bring it up. Now rotate the bicep around. Flip out the hand. Rotate the bicep, flip out the hand. Now you just want to bring this section down. Rotate the head around. Now, pushing the backpack like this. Rotate around the waist. Take this grill section here and just rotate it around like this. And now clip the head back in. And there's BRAWN in his completed robot form. This thing is just so nice. He looks so tough, and he's just so little, and I just think this really works as BRAWN. But let's look at his many details. Let's actually do this like this, and then just, yeah, there we go. And now let's just get that all zoomed in. There we go. So, the head sculpt, very nice looking head sculpt. Someone pointed out that it looks like he's wearing Scourge's mask, and I think that's funny. When you go down the body, you can see, like, he looks really nice. Like, he's just got, like, he's got so much nice detail. Autobot symbol there. But yeah, as far as posing this guy, so you got rotation at the head. It's very stiff, and you can rotate it this way. Right. But there's not enough clearance to rotate it back, so I always have to, like, flip this down to rotate it back. Ball-jointed shoulders. Not a fan of the ball-jointed shoulders. I don't know, ball joints just don't feel good to mess with to me. I just feel like, you know, like, let's bring in Let's bring in Classics Prime, for example. I just feel like the universal joints just feel a lot nicer in the hand. They feel more stable. Deep elbow bend. Nothing at the wrist, unfortunately. Waist rotation, universal joints, hips, thigh rotation, knee bend, and you got toe and heel and pivots. Now, obviously, he can hold his gun like this in his hand. And one funny thing you can do, you can actually open up this shoulder section and you can stuff a blast effect in there to replicate his death scene in the 86 movie, which I think is funny. I think the biggest flaw with this thing is just the backpack, because it doesn't tab in anywhere. It just kind of gets in the way. I like to have it, like, slightly out like this, because it does kind of tab in like this, but it more so rests than it actually tabs, which is unfortunate. But, you know, you can get him into, some fairly dynamic poses. I think this guy's actually a little bit difficult to get into a dynamic pose, just because of the nature of the body type. Doesn't really lend itself too well to natural poses, because it's BRAWN. You want him to get into some, like, tough guy poses, but because of the way the body is shaped, it makes it really difficult to actually achieve poses like the one that's on the box. Like, he's not bulky enough to pull off that pose. So, I find it, let's put the gun to the side, I find it kind of tough to actually get him into, like, you know, like, a brutish pose. Like, you can, like, like, even just, like, a pose like this, like, you could bend the fist down. That looks good, actually. That doesn't look horrible. I don't know, it's just difficult to get BRAWN into a dynamic pose, but then again, I don't buy Transformers for their posability. I buy Transformers with the intent of just having fun playing with them. That's why I buy Transformers. I buy Transformers to have fun, not to pose. But to do some comparisons, here he is with the Bumblebee movie BRAWN. I like this one more, I just think this one is more fun than this one. But this one's great, too. Just because he's next to me, here he is with Earthspark Prime. Again, just because he's next to me, here he is with Legacy Skyquake, and obviously one is bigger than the other, and one likes to stand more than the other. And, because I made the comparison with the joints earlier, here he is with Classics Prime. These two actually don't look horrible together. I think he looks best with Earthrise Prime, but my Earthrise Prime, I don't know where it is. It's in a bag somewhere. I don't... Is it in here? In here? There it is! I found it. I found my Earthrise Prime. Yeah, he looks nice with Earthrise Prime. He looks real nice. Yeah, they look good together. I like it. He also looks really great with... Let me actually find him. I need to make this comparison. For some reason, he just looks fantastic next to 86 Cliff Jumper. And by the way, this is one of my favorite figures. You need to get an 86 Cliff Jumper. But then again, that's also just, I love Cliff Jumper. And I would not trade this for any Bumblebee in the world. If I could pick between Bumblebee or Cliff Jumper, I'm picking Cliff Jumper every time. If a new Bumblebee comes out and they're doing a Cliff Jumper, I'm waiting for the Cliff Jumper. He's my boy. But, I also do want to mention that the heels aren't very large, so he does like to, you know, do that a lot. But you know what? I like this BRAWN. This is a good BRAWN. I think you should probably buy an 86 BRAWN. I just think he's very good. You know, he's a very good toy. He's just fun to mess with. Sure, he's got his problems. Sure, he doesn't pose the greatest. But, you know what? It's freaking BRAWN, alright? You need a BRAWN in your collection. You need a BRAWN, or maybe two BRAWNs. Two BRAWNs to surround your Cliff Jumper. To make him fear. Teach your Cliff Jumper fear. But anyways, that is pretty much all I have to say about the Transformers Studio Series 8622 Deluxe Class, The Transformers the Movie, Takara Tomy, Generations, ages 8 and up, Canadian release, Hasbro, Autobot, BRAWN. You know how I like to do these mouthfuls at the end. And I will see you guys on the flip side. Bye!